Eric Andreas, your guitar sage here, to answer the question that I just got from one of my students: how do I stay motivated playing guitar? I have several videos on this that you can check out right here. I'm going to tell you some more that you have not heard yet, from me at least. Okay, so how do you stay motivated? I've written down a list of just some things that came to the top of my head of how I keep motivated at playing guitar. And it's girls, beer, and fame. No, I'm joking. That's not why I play guitar. That's why some people get into guitar. But I'm married and I don't really like beer. And I could give a flip about being famous. Except on YouTube. I'm desperate. No, see, so let's talk about really the things that you need to do in order to play guitar and to keep going and to get good, okay? So, little list of things down here. I have 7 things written down. First thing is new songs. Anytime that you hear a new song and it moves you enough, learn it. Get on, watch my videos, watch Marty's videos, watch Justin's videos, whoever. Learn songs. So important that you add new songs to your repertoire because they're going to challenge you and they're going to bend you out of what you always go to playing guitar, okay? And with that in mind, I just put up another one in my head. When you pick up your guitar, don't do the same thing every time. Do something new. Create a new technique. Try something new. There's so many things that have yet to be done on the guitar that are being done now, that are going to be done in the future. You can do new things on the guitar. So don't be afraid of trying new techniques, okay? Whether it's my system, whether it's somebody else's system, whatever. Don't be shy of new challenges, okay? Regimen, okay? This is something that's very important to me, especially as a fledgling guitar player, really trying to get as good as I could get as quickly as possible. Everybody starts at a different time in life, and almost everybody feels like they've started too late. Nonsense. It's all nonsense, because I've seen guitar players that have been playing for 30 years that sucked. And I've seen guitar players that have played for a year or two and were absolutely brilliant because they poured their heart and soul into it and they practiced. Bottom line, practice. So, a regimen, what do I mean by that? That means if you know every day, if you're one of those guitar players like I was, where you know you want to become good, you want to become great, you want to become the best that you can be, you need to set up a regimen. That means doing some of the things that you don't want to do, like running your scales, playing your chords, studying your theory, playing through your repertoire of songs, that sort of thing. So setting up a regimen is super important. It can be anything. There's no specific way to do this. It's what do you want to get good at. If you want to be a lead guitar player, you need to know your scales. You need to practice your scales. If you are an analytical player and you want to be able to evaluate things and understand what's going on, you've got to practice your theory. Make sense? Okay, so setting up a regimen, super important. Goals, extremely important. And sometimes you can set goals for your own playing and they may not mean much. However, when you have a gig coming up or something like that, that will definitely motivate you. Embarrassment is typically a great motivator. If you don't want to get up on stage and completely bomb, then set up a gig for yourself. I've heard so many times people say, I'm not ready. Well, you're not ready because you're not setting a gig for yourself. If you set a gig for yourself a month, 2 months, 6 months out, whatever, what it makes you do is it makes you fear that day enough to where you get off your butt and you practice, okay? So setting up a gig is a great idea for a band, anything. I can't tell you how many bands I've been in, how many projects I've been in, and how many musical endeavors I've done to where once we set a gig, then things started rolling. But before that, it was just tinkering and that sort of thing, okay? Super important. Okay, which brings me to other musicians, playing with other musicians. When you play with other musicians, you're seeing what they're doing, you're hearing what they're doing. It's exciting, it's interactive. It's like conversing with somebody as opposed to just playing alone in your room with a computer, that sort of thing. Nothing wrong with that. That's great. That's called woodshedding, and I totally believe in that. However, when you're playing with other musicians, It's like conversing with somebody else. There's a spark of creativity that happens that only can happen in a moment like that with two people. It sounds like a romance novel, but music is very intimate. So, so make sure you play with other musicians, and that will also help with your inspiration, okay? Don't be afraid of digging in. Don't be afraid of showing off. You can do this with a good heart. When you go see somebody on stage, you want them to be impressive. So don't be afraid. Don't be in a shell. Music is not meant to be quiet. It's meant to be loud. It's meant to be shown and expressed. It's just like a piece of art. It's not meant to be put in a closet. It's meant to be shown. So don't be shy with your gift. Get your butt out there and play, okay? All right, I'm Eric Andreas, your Guitar Sage. Please let me know how I can help. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, here, YouTube, all those places. I'm here to help. Make sure you get into the Unstoppable Guitar System, my ginormous soup to nuts guitar playing super course. You can get in there for $1. Hit the link below, YourGuitarSage.com. Visit there, get on my email list. I'll send you a free ebook along with notifications when I'm doing free live lessons, okay? So, see ya. Spay and neuter. I'm out.